YouTube, what's good with y'all? It's Spider. Welcome back to another video. Today I'm gonna be putting y'all on to some fashion trends that can make y'all rich this summer. These trends, if done correctly, can boost the amount of sales and money you make by a lot. These trends have been proven to work recently and are highly projected to go crazy throughout the summer. When you're taking part in these trends, you want to make sure you're not being a copycat of somebody else. Instead, you want to follow Virgil's 3% rule and slightly alter these trends to make them your own. Doing this will help give you that boost and advantage over the competition and draw more people towards your product due to it being a part of the trend but slightly different. Make sure y'all are locked in and watch the whole video. You don't want to miss any key pieces that'll help boost your brand. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We headed to 1K subs. Let's get into it. First up, we got jorts. If you were paying attention last year, you know some creators like Capri released some which gained a lot of traction and built up the hype and desire for them through the cold months. And now, since the weather is heating up again, people are waiting and ready to cop some jorts. He also got quan in some of them, which built up the hype even more. One thing you will notice about these trends is that bringing something back from the past will be successful 9 times out of 10. You see it a lot now with 90s inspired fashion with people like the Concrete Boys, oversized shirts, jeans, cargos, a lot of jewelry, things of that nature. All of that is OG fashion and things that have been around for a while. These things create a sense of nostalgia and offer something new to those who may not have been able to experience it firsthand. Jorts are one of the most trending OG fashion trends as of right now. Putting your own spin on them and creating a nice product will easily boost your sales and get you rich over the summer. Next, we got jerseys. Jerseys, whether they be meshed, oversized, fitted, etc., have quietly been taken over. You can find a lot of crazy underrated brands with some fire jerseys. The jersey era is pretty refreshing to see and adds some dynamic to your collection. You got brands like Onyx Apparel already hopping on this trend early with some crazy tough fitted soccer style jerseys. I briefly talked about these in my last video, but they are fire. They perfectly use that 3% rule I mentioned earlier to create these jerseys. For sure, something I'm copping and something you should too. This is another one of those retro styles in fashion, connecting directly to and proving my point from earlier. Another brand I want to mention is World of Wit. They also got some fire jerseys as well, but instead of the fitted soccer style, they're oversized and they execute it very well. Super fire, multiple colors to choose from. Definitely a great piece to add to your collection. 77 Studios also has a crazy tough take on the jersey trend with some super fire mesh jerseys. These are super fire and something you probably never seen before. Something Rami is really good at doing. For sure need to be on your cop list. This is another trend you're definitely going to want to take part in. There's so many different types of outfits you can make with the different types of jerseys. A very fun and refreshing clothing brand trend. Next, we got rhinestones. You may be wondering what I mean by rhinestones. Obviously, I don't just mean rhinestones by themselves, but clothing with rhinestones on them. This wave of clothing has been taken over and steamrolling for the past few months. There's a broad selection of brands with great rhinestone pieces, with different uses of the rhinestones in each brand. These is one of those trends that quietly sprouted and then took over like crazy. One of the first rhinestone pieces I remember seeing was Caprice's rhinestone hoodie, all the way back in November. Another brand with tough rhinestone pieces is 77 Studio. I already mentioned them earlier with the jerseys, and as you can see, Rami is really good in taking part in these trends. 77 Studios has some crazy tough rhinestone pieces and adds their own nice touch to them, with a vast amount of stones on the hoodies and sweatpants, while still maintaining their brand identity with great execution. Rhinestones definitely have a lot of hype right now headed into the summer. A nice new trend that can elevate and level up your brand and get you that bread that you're looking for. Flare sweatpants are another great trend that you're going to want to take part in. Flare sweatpants have been making an impact for a while in the clothing brand industry. Many brands have taken advantage of this trend. 77 Studios rhinestone pants from earlier were flared if you didn't notice. That's 3 trends that they took part in. One of them being a 2-in-1, which is genius marketing. Rami is for sure an example of the ideal way to market and design for a brand. In my last video, I showed y'all some POK sweatpants, which were flared. Another great piece from another great brand. Flare sweatpants are a very aesthetically pleasing piece. They can be dated back all the way to the 70s on Soul Train, which gives them that sense of familiarity. Connecting back to my point earlier of bringing back OG fashion. These style of sweats offer something different from standard sweats, and if designed right can be the last puzzle piece to your fit. Our last trend for today's video is oversized clothes. I've stated many times in this video the idea of bringing back the past, and that doesn't change here. Almost any streetwear brand you could think of has made some sort of oversized clothing, and for good reason. Oversized clothing has had a strong influence and control over fashion for a very long time. What makes oversized clothing so great is how dynamic it is, in terms of being able to apply it to almost any piece of clothing, whether that be oversized shirts, jeans, sweatpants, hoodies, khakis, cargos, etc. Oversized clothing dominates the industry and will for a while. That being said, that will wrap up today's video. Hope y'all liked the video. If y'all did, don't forget to like and subscribe for more really big things coming soon, as I've stated many times. Really big things, so stay tuned for that. Let's rock out and have some fun. We young and we rock stars, and I'll see y'all later.